Um, I have my opinions on which country's better, but I've played the things. So okay, anyway, we're gonna actually take you back to some World Scrabble, some Collins.
Joey showing his youth by wearing a sleeveless shirt in what is, I would call, a meat locker condition right now in
Yeah,
this room.
but hashtag Go Warriors. I was a fan before they were good. I'm actually not really sure if I'm really a big fan of them anymore because they're too good and they've kind of broken the game a bit. But you don't really actually care what I think, so um, I will let the debate about how good the Brits are continue in the chat, and we will move on to this game.
All right, and in our other game, we have Will Anderson, yet again, playing this time Joshua Sokol, who is a fellow Canadian and I think the tallest player at this tournament, I think quite easily by an inch or two minimal, eh? He's got to be at least 6'5", right?
He's 6'7", I think.
Is he 6'7"?
Yeah, but I believe, actually was born in Brooklyn and lived in Brooklyn until he was 9 or 10.
Oh, but I think he weighs like 130 pounds. So.
On a good day. So, thank you, Squish. So, Dave is going to start by trying to behead Joey, which would be an interesting sight. Dave is much loved in the Scrabble world. He's a 2-time U.S. national champion. He just put up one of the strongest performances in the history of the game in Niagara Falls a couple of months ago, having only one loss against 4 national champions and some of the other top players in the world. So one of my favorite players as I got better at the game growing up, and
he's such a good player.
Yeah.
He's such a good player,
Yeah.
and he picks really well when he needs to often. But he's such a good player.
Yeah, and he's one of
So we've got year ends right away. I could see. Sorry.
Yeah, Dave is actually known as being we have this one extra committee in the Scrabble community. We our tournament scene has a bunch of committees. We do social media and various things, but in Dave's case, he is the head of the beer committee, which is ultimately the most important committee of them all. So if you need to know anything about Dave, it's that he knows a good beer, and he has helped us in Portland, have some of the most fun Scrabble pub crawls. Can't tell you enough how much Scrabble pub crawls are. Really, any sort of game pub crawl is fun.
But what about that game that they play sometimes where you have to anagram a word, then you have to run 100 yards, and then you have to...
Oh, I can't do that. That involves athletic ability.
Oh, okay.
I don't run.
I don't do running.
Yeah, I don't do running. All right, so someone wants us to give some love to Joey.
Joey just made a really lovely play. Not only did he maximize his score, he's playing a Collins-only word. Mixed is good without the E in TWL. He added the E to it, and he would have blocked anyhow Dave's year ends, which is the only other bingo on the rack is yearners. He had year ends, but he made it possible really for Dave only to play 7s or 9s if he has to play through 2 of the. And that's what Dave's doing right now probably in his head. He's looking to see if there are any 9-letter words through any of the 4 2s in there.
Yeah. Well, thanks for hanging out, Slugbiker. It was good to see you, and I hope I'll be seeing you in Seattle at some point for one of your amazing tournaments. Thanks for checking us out. But yeah, in the meantime, so Joey has been playing Scrabble tournaments since he was, 10 or so. I actually went to his bar mitzvah when he was 13, which is we're coming up on 10 years ago. Actually flew across the country, and his mom made me wake him up.
That's so sweet.
And then I was standing there.
Did you know it?
Didn't actually know him very well at the time, but...
But he invited you.
She invited me.
She invited. Oh, ooh, okay. But it's funny because in Scrabble, when they start very young, we kind of leave them at that age. Did somebody write something funny?
No, you.
I'm sure I can spell flexibility. Yes.
No.
And so Adam Logan, who's now like pushing 40, if not over, in my mind, he's 13 for like forever.
Yeah,
that's how I met him, and that's how he stays.
Yeah. So do the rules allow for spelling flexibility? In a sense, yes. There are a lot of words that have multiple spellings, some of which are more archaic or just less used. In that case, you will see words like, I guess niqab is an example. You can spell niqab with 1 A or with 2 A's. So in that case, there are multiple spellings of it.
But that's such a nice play by Dave because not only does he score well and balance his rack, like it's absolutely a perfect play. He also forces the other player to open the board for him next turn, which is what Joey was forced to do. And of course, the obligatory picking up a U after playing your Q-less.
Of course,
your
yeah.
U-less
That's
it's
how.
obligatory.
Yeah. Niqab is not a racist word, actually. It has something to do with I think it's an article of clothing, if I recall
There we go.
correctly.
And yes, Chen, that's or T Chen.
Yeah.
That's going to be. Gee, how
Yeah.
come mine's green and yours is purple? That's odd, eh? We have different colors for your guys' names, even though it's the same.
Oh.
It's odd.
It's just the way that it processes it, I think.
Okay.
So this promises to be a fast and fun
Yes.
game because they both tend to play Scrabble pretty quickly, and they are both very good, and they both really like playing these wide open boards. There's lots of
I didn't know that
opportunities.
Joey was playing Collins. It was nice for me to see him do that, and for him to be doing as well as he is
Yeah.
with not as much experience. I would think. That's
Yeah, I mean,
fantastic.
yeah, he's got a very solid background with the game, and he kind of changes his mind every now and then. He's been known to quit the game on occasion and then come back with a fury. And
Why does he quit? From school or from frustration?
just general like bad tiles or whatever.
Yeah, so frustration.
We all do it, but Joey's. I think he revels in the
the drama.
Yeah, a little bit.
Aw.
The longest word I ever played. Oh gosh, I played sterilizing once to win a game.
I think that will probably be plenty. I
Yeah.
don't think you're going to go beyond that.
Yeah.
That's an 11.
I played overreactions once.
Oh, nice.
I played it through reaction, and played a double in that second row, which is, yeah.
I'll give a shout out to one of our co-presidents, John Chu, who stuck uterine on extra
That's
against
Yeah.
me.
yeah.
Lovely play.
So
All right.
Joey's a kind of a loss here, understandably. There's not too much
He's vowel
going
heavy.
on.
Thankfully, in Collins, you can get rid of vowels a lot easier.
Yeah, although it looks like he's thinking about playing.
Oriola.
He will.
Oriole.
He'll move his tiles in a sec here.
If you had played Oriola, if you had another A, that's a bit problematic because it just takes so many hooks after it.
Yeah.
E's and R's and S's.
Yeah.
But that's pretty safe. Empties out his rack, and now he can move on, replenish. There's still 2 blanks
Yeah.
left, and 3 S's.
A word with 16 letters. Yeah, you could just play it like right off the board. That you get more points for playing off the board, right? Is that how it works?
Of course, Conrad is referring to the fact that the maximum length word you can do is 15, because that's 15 by 15 grid. Even when you do the right thing, sometimes you get bit in the derriere. Motion sickness from the
Yeah.
really, God, can you complain about everything? Jesus Christ. What else?
gotta hit that bong like one more time, right? It's probably late.
What are the colored squares with words
Late
on
enough
them
in
on the
there.
board? Those are the tiles, the squares that let you either double a word or triple it, or double a letter or triple it.
Yeah, so this is an interesting situation for Dave. He's got the board in pretty good shape right now with the lead.
If you're colorblind, it really doesn't matter, because all of the tiles that are the same color will look one way to you, and all of the tiles that are squares that are another color will look that way to you, and you'll just know.
Yeah.
But thanks for the great question.
Yeah.
We just live for them.
And it's true. I mean, with in North America, some people mentioned that Hasbro totally changed the colors.
Oh, that was terrible.
No,
They
it's
did it
still that
during-
way.
They
It's when you buy it, it still looks the same
they
way.
made us use their boards. They did a special
Yeah.
tournament for the top players, and they made us use their new boards. And in my head, blue is triple letter,
Yeah.
and it was double word or something. And I lost the game because I
Yeah.
didn't get the points that I thought I was going to get.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
I've played a couple people who just
crazy.
time and time again, I'm like, nope, that's not how much your play scores. That's just not how much it is.
But it's just like when you're driving and you have muscle memory or brain
Right,
memory.
exactly.
When to
It's
it was the
amazing.
same thing. Like,
Yeah,
I went by color memory rather than position memory.
yeah. So, how
So
many
Dave-
words exist only as Scrabble words? Well, I suppose that's kind of
More than one.
Yeah,
Next question.
it's in the it's almost well, that's kind of what's cool. It's kind of in the eye of the observer, right? Because we've all had different exposure to
I don't even
different
know what
words
that
over the
even
years.
means. Like somewhere in some part of the world, the word is used.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm like I almost interpret it in the sense of like how many words that we look at do we only know from Scrabble? And it's kind of cool that
Oh, quite a bit.
whatever background you bring, a word that may be totally obvious to you
Yeah.
might be like total gibberish to somebody else.
But do you find that people, because this happens to me all the time, people say to me that you have such a big vocabulary, even though I'm not using Scrabble words, I'm not sticking in
Yeah.
anestrus and, guayac and stuff in there.
Yeah.
But just the fact that I'm so accustomed to using a lot of words. Do you get that a lot, that people find your vocabulary quite large?
Yeah. Although if you do slip an estrus into a comment sometime, I'd be pretty impressed. I don't know if you know what it means, but
Sure I do, of course.
yeah.
One of the few words I do know.
Yeah.
But I did my honors thesis in undergrad around that area, so
Yeah.
otherwise I don't think I would know it.
Yeah. King Bong, I'm a huge fan of the words on the back of the shampoo bottles, but methyl isopropyl chloriazanone. I don't think that's right, but whiskey, they do know all of the words. I don't think they know what many of them mean, other than, of course, behead. I think we all know what behead means.
We know what wuss means. We know what aureole is.
Yeah, I know what aureole is at this point.
In the religious sense of the word, rather,
Yeah.
not the anatomical.
Yeah. I mean, I knew niqab, emu. I certainly know what an emu is.
Okay, so against David, it's always dangerous to open up triple lanes, but a K is not so bad. It got rid of his double R and double U's and Uru isn't good, which would have been then good. He could have hoped to hook the K himself, but I don't think it's too dangerous. Although Dave playing wuss tells you two things. One, he doesn't want the WU combination. Often when you play an S like that for less than 40 points, it's signaling to your opponent that you have a second S. So opening up a triple after Dave has played off an S can be quite dangerous, because it could mean that he's got one of the blanks.
Yeah, and especially when he's willing to open the board up like that. I know he's playing off two U's, but still he just like went right for it and threw that K like right out there.
But it paid off for Joey. He picked up a blank. And let's see if he has any triples himself. No, he did not. So that makes it easy for Dave to undouble his A's and E's.
Sorry, I meant Joey. Yeah.
Did you say his name wrong?
I had the wrong person playing Kuru in my brain.
Okay, and now Dave has picked. So we're going to see back-to-back bingos, I think.
I suspect so.
Obviously, Joey has Moranic off the M, which should be quite easy for him to find.
I suspect he'll find that, yeah.
Because it's also TWL, so he'll know it very well.
Yeah.
They're all ultimately TWL, because whatever happens in the Collins Dictionary, they take on whatever we add in North America. Yeah. But the fact is that Joey will have been very familiar with it, because it's been around for a long time.
Yeah. Yex is a cool word.
I wish we had that one.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yex,
here it comes down very quickly. Nothing to think about.
Yeah, it's a nice play though. I mean, it's not, with the making the blanket end, that's not an easy find. Like finding that in this circumstances.
But that's just a matter of if you study a lot and you study things in alphabetical order and you go through the alphabet.
Yeah.
And you hit the N, you're going to find it immediately. It's just going to like pop into your head like a picture.
Yeah. So now I think I'm going to hold my breath and make sure my food goes down the right way, because I think Dave might have an esophagi in his future. That's just not even funny. I'm sorry.
That sounds almost like a computer word. Like I know it as esophagi. The esophagi sounds like email or
an online esophagi.
Esophagi.
Yeah. I suspect that Dave's going to go for the body part. Yep, there it is. Oh, well, you all will see it in a few seconds.
Anything else? Unfortunately, the blank is going to hit the double letter. He would love to hit the P on it, so he's probably going to play with that for a few seconds.
One thing I would like to quickly point out is...
Oh, he's going to play off through the H. Okay, I got it.
This could be GG for Joey, and I say that because he has all three Gs.
But he's Joey the K.
Yeah, rip Joey's rack, GG, 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 no re.
Oh, no.
GG.
Oh, yeah, Esophagus. Here we go.
Rip Joey's rack.
I think that's 82 points.
I'm sure Joey would gladly show you his tattoos if we could talk to him right now. But I think it's actually he has the letter J as a Scrabble tile.
Talking about somebody who had both a bar mitzvah and a tattoo is kind of... And I'm a Jewish person, so
Yeah.
don't diss me for saying that. But
Yeah.
we don't. Yeah, it's not big part of our culture, the tattoos.
No.
Maybe okay. I won't go
Yeah.
there.
This is serious GG for Joey right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Rip Joey's rack.
Not something you want to see when your opponent has just bingoed that you have GGGII.
Yeah.
We'll see if he can work his way out of it. Certainly he wants to open the board now that he's 68 points, 7 points behind.
Yeah, he might want to wait a turn with these tiles.
Is there any way he can open the board and undouble himself, untriple himself? That's the gold standard right now.
Yeah, I mean, he honestly might just want to wait a turn or just exchange. I mean, he's down. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's not great for the board, but
that's not terrible.
That's a pretty Joey-ish sort of play where he
Is it?
he plays
How
quickly.
so?
He likes to play quickly and kind of keep these sort of high volatility leaves that could turn into a bingo, or they could turn out pretty poorly.
Nope.
You'll see that this time it's pretty bad.
The only trouble, though, with
How
that
it worked
thinking
out.
right now is that he didn't open the board by playing Ig without an S on his rack.
Yeah.
He doesn't have an H to hook onto the C in Moranic.
Yeah, I think he's kind of biding his time right now because he's got the D for Oriold.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So yeah, whiskey in general, G's are pretty bad.
Except when they're with IN.
They're with an IN, but people often try to play too strongly with holding ING, but it can be hard to play it. So in a sense, G's even then can not be that great. So I think that was Joey's way of saying GG. No, he's still got a chance, but Dave's in a commanding position here. Interestingly, you can put an O in front of esophagi, so we might get to see O esophagi at some point.
Well,
which
the
would be
thing is,
pretty cool.
he's got Fez up on top of esophagi for a lot of points.
That's true. Yeah.
Now, he doesn't have a D
No,
or
yeah.
an A. Oh, he's got the A, though, but he doesn't have a D.
He's got. I don't know. Yeah, it's.
That's a little dangerous.
That's a lot of points because he could always just play Azo straight down there for 36.
It's 49 points.
Or he could play Waz in the bottom left,
Yeah,
which
he
makes that
could.
hard to work with.
Fez is just so
Insane.
tempting when you're holding onto that A.
Yeah.
And how many Ds have been played? Just the one, though. What? He's going to do it.
I think he's just gonna.
Oh, he's
play
holding on to it,
yeah.
and then he'll play Azo next turn. Very
Yeah.
cute. Okay.
Yeah. So that's a cool.
That's
We like to call that Nigelian because it.
it's exactly who I was thinking.
Yeah. So it tends to be when people make cool setups.
Oh, and we were speaking too quickly. People did.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
we
sorry
did that
about
again.
that. Yes, we can
we-
see everything into the
yeah,
future. We
yeah,
know everything.
We are actually psychic.
So that's a nice play. When we say Nigelian, what he means by that is that Nigel does this all the time where he sets himself up. He scores good points, and then he sets himself up for even more points the next turn. But very easy to block. It's not like, it doesn't look like anything's really being set up. I wouldn't have thought of it.
Yeah.
It just looks like he's looking to balance his rack. But there you go. He's not going to get a chance to do it.
This looks like Joey's got spelling out Tog here on his rack, playing really fast here. Or it looks like he's going to play really fast here.
Well, he had two O's, two T's, and
Yeah.
He's sick of the G's. So
Yeah,
and of course now he gets IN.
Yeah, I wonder if he sniffed out the Z play there as he plays Tog at the top. I really did want to make Scrabble emotes for this. I just didn't have enough time, but that is like #1 on my list of things that I want to do. I mean, we have some like awesome people who would just make for like great memes, Scrabble memes. The Scrabble memes are real, guys. They're very real. I hope to share them with you one day. Talent, comebacks are definitely possible. They do happen they happen more often than you would think. like in this case, Joey's definitely not out of the game because the tiles he
Well, for me,
has,
he's got addition without even
yeah, edition.
added addition.
um, it's all about keeping good tiles and keeping the board open. And right now the board is not very open, and his tiles aren't great.
I'm
So
going to give
we'll
you guys
see.
an, sorry to interrupt, sorry. You want to continue?
No, you're good.
I'm going to give you guys an update on the game with Will Anderson versus Josh Sokol. Will now is up 286 to 234. There have been what we call baby bingos. In other words, they're playing bingos that's basically you learn in your first year of studying 7-letter words. Will got down curates for 71, and Joshua got down aniseed for 77. And then right now, Will just got down tortile for 69. So very easy tiles, and he's holding a 52-point lead right now.
Ketzel, I'm Conrad, and I'm joined alongside here by Robin.
Our names will be when you get to see us at the beginning. You get to.
Yeah,
it's
you
a,
get.
it's
You
a
get.
privilege.
I don't know who wants to see my ugly mug, but
at the beginning of the round, and then at the end of the round when we close it out, and you'll see our names
yeah,
there.
I will flex for everybody again.
Yes.
If we don't have donations set up, I could start donations for Scrabble to see
Right.
my guns again. Ghost, that's actually a really great question. A lot of people ask me that, as I haven't played that much over the last couple of years. It does make me want to play. Over time, every time I'm here and I don't play, I'm like, oh, I kind of wish that was me. Like, maybe I could get back into it, and maybe I could be up there at the top tables. But then, like, I realized that, it's also really stressful. This is a big deal to us, and I also don't always miss that stress. I don't know, Robin, what do you think?
Yeah, I haven't played for a while either because I've gone back to school. And yes, I had the opportunity actually to play before I even know we were going to have an online presence. So I did sign up for it, and then they offered to have me do this in the middle of exams. And I'm just thinking, I'm so tired from my schooling. Do I really want to study for Scrabble? I will tell you that I've been playing for over 30 years, and I still study every single day for a minimum of 1 hour just to stay fresh and to learn, keep the words. And it's a tremendous amount of work. And I look at games and I look at strategy. So it's something that you have to keep up. And then when you throw in the actual experience of the tournament, which is quite exhausting, and it's expensive, you have to make a choice in life. So I think I'm going to wait another year till I graduate.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I haven't studied words at all, and you can definitely tell when I play Scrabble. It can be kind of embarrassing.
That's the other thing. When you have a history of being so masterful about the dictionary, and then suddenly you don't know a whole bunch of words, and every word you question, is it good, is it not good?
Yeah.
It's not when you're used to having mastery, it's not a fun way to play.
Yeah. Ketzel, there's this great program called Ziziva, which is a great way for studying words. If one of the Scrabble players out there can link to Ziziva, we also have a couple of other Squish, maybe you could link
I like Aerolith personally.
Ketzel, to Ziziva, Aerolith, as well as Quackle.
Quackle is for it's a whole game. You get to play the whole game, and the other two are for studying words. And you need to do all of them. It's, I've got 2 boys who don't play a single game their whole life. They're 17 and 19 now, because they just see how much work it takes. Yeah.
No, it's when you find something like that you love, and you pour the work into it. Yeah, Ziziva and Quackle, yeah.
And also Aerolith, Aerolith. There we go.
Thank you, breaking the game for that.
So we're seeing that with
BTG.
Dave was having some consonant issues, so he played Biner to just undouble stuff and to free up his rack because he had the J on there. And Joey is looking to open the board because he's seeing the game starting to slip away from him.
And this is not going to end up being a great time for him to have opened the board because Dave's got plenty of ways he can score here. Even without using the triple, he could play Wilja.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm sure there's probably something with the C as well, but if nothing else.
Nothing exciting with the C, I'll tell you that.
So
but he's much better off with the I.
Dave's going to be up pretty much 100. No problem, Ketzel. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. We've got a number of Aussies at this tournament, in fact, including the great Carmel Dodd, who's putting up a great showing thus far, as well as the young Tim Mason, who's hanging around the top tables as well.
It's nice, actually. This is a new experience for us in North America to have people come to us for these tournaments, because the Aussies use the Collins Dictionary,
Yeah.
the Brits, the Thais, whatever, and now they're starting to come over to us, whereas we always had to go over to them. So it's a
Yeah.
real pleasure to host you guys.
Yeah. King Bong, it's actually funny that you bring it up. Hong Kong is actually really getting into Scrabble right now. They're actually changing the rules of the game a bit. Actually, two of my great friends play in Hong Kong. It does not involve a bong, to the best of my knowledge.
Or a billabong.
Yeah. So, if you are interested in getting involved in Scrabble in Hong Kong, even if just to check it out, it definitely does exist. They just
Does
had
it?
like the first Hong Kong Open or something, but it was interesting. It took them a year or two to get it going because the Hong Kong government considered it gambling because of the luck factor. So they actually had to cancel their first tournament in Hong Kong. But they've gotten it worked out now, and Scrabble's really taking off in Hong Kong. It's super cool.
Over on TWL, Joshua needed to open the board. He did, and unfortunately, after tour tile, unfortunately for him, Will Anderson picked another blank and an S, and he played Futril. So now he's up by 69 points.
Yes, King Bong. It is in English.
Yeah, it's always in English.
Yeah.
But it's fun to watch the tile distribution from different countries.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. Well, I love when the W is worth 10 in some of the
France.
languages. Yeah, in France.
France is worth
But
10 because there's so few words.
Right, but it's funny, because there's no W in the Romance languages, and yet in Italian there's just no W.
Is that right?
Yeah, there's no W or K in Italian.
Right, whereas in Finland, the K is probably worth -3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in Czech where the Z is worth like 1. Yeah, one of my good Australian friends was playing in Hong Kong recently. I think English is since it's spoken pretty widely in HK, I feel like I don't think the language barrier would help too much, but the scene's definitely very young, so I don't think there's anybody there who's like super like amazing yet, but I do think over time they're gonna turn into a powerhouse, I suspect. Because Scrabble can be really great for English as a second language tool, or for learning maths, or anything like that.
So over in this game, what's interesting is that in the 21 tiles that are available, only 6 of them are vowels, which I think is what our players are seeing. Joey got both V's now. It was almost imperative, if he could, to get rid of it. I'm not sure. Does Wiljet, does it take an S?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes, it does. Because there was another V out there, but he got very lucky that he has 3 of the remaining vowels, which are clearly on the endangered species list right now.
Yeah. I am trying very hard not to breathe, guys. I'm trying my best, but the Scrabbles.
I am now actually equipped to revive you after this year's study of my medical studies. So
thank you.
Feel free not to breathe, and I will revive you.
I'm glad to hear it. Okay, there, I breathed. Yeah, this is not this is not going too well for Joey at this point. Dave has kind of got it. Pretty well.
In TWL, the Y is not particularly the best tile, but in Collins.
In Collins, it's amazing.
Oh my God, there's so many 2-letter words with it. You can just score 40 points so easily with it.
Yeah. One thing that's great about Dave is he loves to rearrange his tiles in funny ways. So you'll notice he has.
Oh, he's got Fondler. Oh God, I shouldn't say that on Twitch.
Yeah, but you'll note that he's leaving nerds spelled out on his rack. That was entirely intentional. I can guarantee it.
I hope you guys have read Word Nerds. That's a book by the former head of the National Scrabble Association. I'm in it.
Yeah. I wish I could put the mic further away and just shout, but that's kind of how Scrabble works. You just have to...
You have to remember we're in a room with 400 people who are playing.
Who
already asked us to be
very anal about you being quiet, which doesn't work that well for me. But yeah, fondler was intentional. It's also a word.
Of course, the board is completely almost completely dead.
Which is exactly what he wants.
Of course,
So
that's what he wants.
there's also that.
Are there any S's left?
Waze is not good. Oh, tentacle emoji. That's amazing.
What's that?
They're
You're
fun to
right. It
learn.
is a tentacle emoji. You need to get that.
Yeah.
Or a muffin with a tentacle.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I mean, I hope that over time Scrabble will move towards more acceptance with noisy environments, but I think it's partially a holdover
Oh,
with just
I'll tell you a
tradition.
story. Do you know what happened last year? Were you around? They
What?
actually heard me speaking, me and Jesse speaking.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
And we made a comment right in the end game, which could have actually affected the outcome of the entire tournament.
Yeah.
And thankfully it didn't happen, or else they were super kind and spared our feelings. So obviously we felt terrible,
Yeah.
but we had no way of knowing.
Yeah. So over time, hopefully gonna get the stream maybe in a different room or something where we can make a little more noise and.
We do that at Canadians. We have a completely different room from where
Yeah.
the players are.
Yeah.
But we still have to tell them not to clap.
Yeah. No, drinking Scrabble is definitely an awesome thing. As I've mentioned, we've had, drinking Scrabble games before, and we also have pub crawls. Dave and I have had many a Scrabble pub crawl, and my goodness, do we have fun. I'm digging the tentacle.
I'm really liking the tentacle too,
Yeah.
despite the color.
Well, I suspect that the next
awesome.
yeah. I would like to point out that I do not drink alone. Let's see.
Well, that's a good question.
How
Have
many
we ever played each other?
Have we played? Yeah, we.
I don't remember.
The last time I had a 2-game lead at Nationals, I played against you and you beat me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not.
So in the case of me and Robin, we have played, I believe, we played twice at the 2013 Nationals. We played once at the 2013 Worlds.
Did you look this up or you just remember?
I remember
Because
this.
that's really scary.
Yeah, and we played, I believe, one other we played in that Vegas tournament where you had the crazy comeback against Jesse, and I want to say we're probably 2-2, or
All right.
you might be 3-2.
Okay. We can look it up, actually.
Yeah.
That's available online.
Yeah, so then that's the thing I was going to say, is that you can actually look up all these stats, Sneaky. Dave is actually my, I think, second
Scrabble
most.
Daddy?
No, my record against Dave's, I think, over 500 now.
Just to know, to beat Dave is not an easy thing to do. He is a machine.
Yeah, I actually had a streak against him at club where I beat him like 20 times in a row.
That's
it
unbelievable.
was sickening.
It was like voodoo.
I know, I could have literally, it was like I was cheating. I wasn't. We were
But
drinking a lot of beer.
Everything
It was,
that came out was like golden.
yeah,
You couldn't pick badly.
yeah,
Those are the best games.
yeah,
You apologize to your opponent, but you don't really mean it.
yeah. We all win at the Scrabble. We all win at the Scrabble. We all win at the Scrabbles and all of the things. So Dave is, I think, my second most common opponent. Over time, he will probably become my most common opponent, as my most common opponent is my ex, who no longer plays Scrabble. So,
Oh, did you damage him forever?
I'm a horrible person, let me tell you. Why is my name BB? So I'm Conrad Bassett Bouchard. So I thought it was Conrad
Did
B.
you
It
have
was listed
hippie
as Conrad
parents
BB.
that they,
My dad is not a hippie parent at all. My mom definitely is.
So that's, she said, like, put my name in there too. I deserve it.
Yeah, and my dad likes to say is, there are some fights are worth fighting. This is not one of them.
Well, I gave my kids my maiden name as their middle name.
Yeah, that's
That's how I did it,
yeah.
without the hyphen.
Right. No, that seems like the easiest way to do it.
Because the name's going to die out. It's really sad.
Yeah.
All right, so we've been neglecting the game, guys, simply because it was out of hand, and
Yeah.
Dave was clearly the
Yeah.
winner. So
We like to make sure we're focusing on the chat a lot as well, because it's
Well-
fun. It's fun to interact with people with this game that we love so much.
somebody Googled you but couldn't
Yeah,
find you.
I don't know what you're looking for,
If you
but
Google me, you'll get you'll get bored after 12 pages.
Yeah.
I've been around a lot longer than
yeah.
Conrad.
So looks like Dave has won this game.
Yeah,
And,
it looks.
Yeah,
it looks pretty good.
And I guess Dave is probably gonna be heading to play.
132-point lead with no tiles left. Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's looking pretty
Yeah,
good.
I know it's over. Game's over. I think.
Let me
right?
give you a
Yeah.
final score then for the
Yeah.
other game.
And
I'll look it up for you guys. Hold on.